Okay, fine. Let's take out Victor Osimhen. Let's just take out Victor Osimhen issue right now for now. There are other players in the market. Victor Gyökeres is there. Benjamin Sesko is there. There are other players. Isak is there. So why can't you just cough out the money and get this player? No. They prefer going for an 18-year-old. Imagine signing as a 16-year-old. We were crying for a striker. God have mercy. Chelsea legend John Mikel Obi has given his opinion about what is going on right now in Chelsea. It's a really, really bad situation right now in Chelsea. He has given his opinion concerning the Chelsea recruitment. He also spoke about the Chelsea striker situation right now because right now Chelsea have 2 strikers out injured. And he also gave his opinion concerning Jadon Sancho, concerning João Felix, Renato Vega, and we are going to break that down. We're going to talk about what happens if Chelsea doesn't qualify for the Champions League. It's going to be a very interesting episode. Welcome to the Micro Kicks. If you're new on this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit your notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. There's a whole lot we're going to unpack today. Please, let's dive right into it. Chelsea legend John Mikel Obi spoke so much about Chelsea current situation. There's a whole lot right now going on in Chelsea, and we all understand how the current situation is right now. Playing matches without a striker, injury problems, players out of form, the coach lacking ideas right now, doesn't have a plan B. There's so much right now going on in Chelsea. And who stands in the best position to actually talk about these things? If not the Chelsea legend John Mikel Obi, somebody who played in this club for close to a decade, who understands the culture of this club, who understands the real DNA of Chelsea, who understands what it means to be a Chelsea player, the pressure, who understands what it means to win a trophy for Chelsea. He has every right to talk about what is going on right now in Chelsea, and he has spoke so much about the current situation going on in Chelsea. First, let's talk about what he said concerning the Chelsea recruitment process. Chelsea as a club is not just a profit-oriented club, right? We all understand that fact that Chelsea is not just a profit-oriented club. Of course, Chelsea is a big team. It's normal. You will surely get profit. But what kind of players are you signing? What is the long-term plan of this club? Are you just signing players for the fact that they are young? Are you just signing players for the fact that there's an opportunity on the market? Are you just signing players for the fact that they are Brazilians? Are you signing players for the fact that, oh, this is another gem? This is a very talented player. These guys are data-driven, data-oriented, where a player who plays or probably has maybe scored, or a midfield player who has won like 85% of his tackles in the last 6 months, Chelsea scouts just go and just get him. You know, have you really watched these guys play? What is the future of these guys? Like, you have a whole lot to even think about before signing this guy. Do you really need this guy in this position? Do you really need this player in this kind of, you know, will this player fit the Premier League? There's a whole lot that needs to be put into consideration before signing a player. But the Chelsea scouts are not like that. They are data-driven, they are data-oriented, and they just go into the market for different purpose, different reasons, something that doesn't match the plans of this club. Take, for example, Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho came into this club. Chelsea saw that as an opportunity in the market to get a talented player who is having a current situation right now in Manchester United with the coach Erik ten Hag. No doubt, respect to Jadon Sancho, is a very good and very talented player. But Chelsea needed a striker, yes. Does it fit into Maresca's plan? I don't know. I really do not know. He's a very good player. What happened to Jadon Sancho after 6 months? Is it the same Jadon Sancho that came into Chelsea and smashed it in the first 3 games? Now, what's going on with him? He has lost form. He's lost confidence. He is not this Jadon Sancho we used to know back then in Borussia Dortmund, because at the end of last season, he was playing in the final of the Champions League. But right now, he's even failing to even keep on the same momentum. He's failing to keep on the same pace. He can't even beat one player. So where is it? Is it about the position? Is it about how he's being used in the team? So what is really going on in terms of the recruitment? Did Enzo Maresca actually asked for the signing of Jadon Sancho? Yes, we also saw it as a very good buy 25 million. We all saw it as like loan and obligation to buy for 25 million. Jadon Sancho that was bought for close to 60-70 million in Manchester United. How much are you paying him, first of all? Because we all thought we had a salary cap of 150 max, except players that have actually signed before the new ownership took over, like the captain is James, Ben Chilwell, Sterling. But you went ahead to get Jadon Sancho and you're paying 200k of his fee because Manchester United is earning like 250k. So you're paying 200k and you're failing to sign Olise. You fail to sign Victor Osimhen. We'll get into that. So what is actually the transfer policy? What is the recruitment process of this club? Not just Jadon Sancho. João Felix came in. They saw it as an opportunity to buy from Atletico Madrid, like a young promising player who wasn't doing too well under the coach Simeone. Simeone doesn't really trust him anymore. He went on loan to Barcelona. Now he's back. And Chelsea felt like, oh, we are selling Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. Okay, probably Atletico Madrid had an agreement that if we're buying Gallagher from you for PSR reasons, then you have to buy one of our players. Now, is it that you are buying Omorodion or you're buying João Felix? Immediately, Chelsea sensed that there was an opportunity to buy João Felix. They quickly went into it and get João Felix. Did Chelsea actually needed João Felix? The answer is a big no. We had Cole Palmer, we had Joe Christopher Nkunku, who would play in the Cole Palmer position where Cole Palmer is not playing. And you went to get another attacking midfielder? What is the process? What is the transfer policy of these guys? What are they really? Did they really sign João Felix for the purpose of flipping him over for profits in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years? They saw that as an opportunity that, oh yes, this guy is good. Yes, quite all right. But he's having an unstable career. How old is he? He's less than 25. Oh, that's another opportunity. Is it good? Yes. Do we need him? No. But when they actually went ahead and they got him. So what is the transfer policy? What is the recruitment purpose? Now, another one again, Renato Vega. Renato Vega is a very good player, promising footballer, a very young player of 20 years, playing in Basel. We needed a backup for Cucurella. They went to the market, searched for somebody who could play as an inverted fullback, who could play as the left center, who could play in multiple positions, quite all right. But when Chelsea had a problem in the central defense, when Cucurella got suspended for a card, Maresca refused to trust Renato Vega. That was where all hell broke loose. Like, you brought me as a backup, I understand that fact. So why are you not playing me when Cucurella was out? Make it make sense. Fine. Colway has been out of form for a long period of time. Still yet, it has been difficult. Remember, Badishili was also out, injured. So why can't you play Renato Vega in that position? Maresca really doesn't trust him. So that means Maresca wasn't involved in the process of recruitment. That means Maresca wasn't involved in the process of signing these players. So what is the job of these sporting directors? What kind of player do they go for? Right now, he's smashing it right now in Juventus. João Felix is smashing it right now in AC Milan. Why the same Jadon Sancho that was bought can't even beat a player. He's so poor right now that, man, it's crazy, man. I just hope things actually change. So Mikel Obi actually spoke extensively, spoke so much about this whole process. Because it's a mess right now at the club. This is not how Chelsea used to be. Chelsea signed player for a particular purpose. No matter the amount that was being spent, Chelsea signed this player. Chelsea fans really do not trust Havertz at the time. Chelsea went and spent the money and bought him, and he won the Champions League for Chelsea, scoring in the final. Now, that is a good buy. That is how you repay the amount that was bought for you. That's how you repay the amount that was paid for you. So I don't really understand this whole process and this whole buying players for profit, buying young players, buying players that are actually not needed. We keep buying and keep buying and keep buying and we buying, thinking we're buying for Strasbourg. We are Chelsea. We need players. We need the right players, not just for the fact that we are buying players for profit, or we are buying players for the fact that they are young, or we are buying players because we know he's a gem, he's a wonder kid and all of that from Brazil, 15-year-old, 10-year-old. It doesn't make sense. And that is what Mr. Mikel Obi spoke about. Also, John Mikel Obi pleaded for a striker. Remember, he was very, very vocal in the summer. He was pleading and pleading and pleading for a striker, an experienced striker for that matter, not just a striker that is actually on the market. He wants not just a striker, not just any kind of striker, a striker that will fit in, a striker that is experienced, a striker that is known for goal scoring. He has been mentioning Chelsea. Even if Chelsea doesn't go for the Osimhen he wants, get an experienced player. Get the Victor Gokores, get the Sesko. So many players on the market during the summer that Chelsea would needed to have gone for. If we will not be in this mess. Nicholas Jackson is a very good player, no doubt. He understands, he plays to how Enzo Maresca actually wants to play. He drops this into the midfield, he link up with the player, he makes the players around him good. I understand that fact. But that doesn't mean someone else cannot do that job, who will also add goal scoring to his game. And who is the best player to actually do that, right? For John Mikel Obi, is Victor Osimhen. Okay, fine, let's take out Victor Osimhen. Let's just take out Victor Osimhen issue right now for now. There are other players in the market. Victor Gokores is there. Benjamin Sesko is there. There are other players. Isak is there. So why can't you just cough out the money and get this player? No. They prefer going for an 18-year-old. Imagine signing as a 16-year-old. We were crying for a striker. God have mercy. We were crying for a striker. And you know what your sporting directors did? I wouldn't blame the sporting directors all together, because it's what the owners, the ideas the owners, the blueprint the owners have actually given to them that they are following. We're crying for a striker in the whole of January. There was Kolomani there wanting to go on loan. There were players on the market that wants to go on loan, wants to get first in football. But Chelsea refused to go for a player. Now we even hit the bad luck. Jackson got injured. McGill got injured. What? Fuck. Is an 18-year-old supposed to be a backup striker for a club as Chelsea? I'm not saying McGill is not good. I understand that fact. How experienced is he? Is he really experienced? Can he lead the line for a club like Chelsea? What have they reduced Chelsea to? It's crazy. Have they reduced Chelsea to like Brighton or Southampton or Tottenham or something? Because right now, these owners are making Chelsea look like a profit-oriented organization only. That is why they are copying the model of Brighton. You got Brighton sporting director, you got Brighton scouting chief, you got Brighton players, you got Brighton coach. Are you trying to model Brighton? Remember, Brighton doesn't have the Champions League. Brighton haven't won the Premier League. Brighton is not a club that wins trophies. Are you trying to model that? Is that the kind of club you're supposed to model? What happens to Real Madrid? What happens to Manchester City? What happens to those teams that win trophies every year? What happens to Barcelona? Oh yeah, Barcelona. Maybe not in their financial aspects. But what happens to those kind of big teams that win trophies every year? What happens to Inter Milan, who sign experience mixed with youth? That is what Chelsea needs right now. You mix experience with youth, and that is what Mikel Obi is crying out for. You don't just buy players because you want to buy players. You buy players, you mix experience with youth. Yes, you need young players. I understand that fact. But buy players that have experience alongside, somebody that can lead these young ones, somebody that can pull them through, somebody that can say, oh yes, somebody like Thiago Silva that we had, you know, as Pelikuta. You're not supposed to let those guys go. Those guys are supposed to be the guys that you need to steer these young ones forward. As you're signing midfielders, as you're signing strikers, sign one key senior player. Look at the transformation Van Dijk did to Liverpool. Look at how he transformed their defense in the last 5 years. That is the kind of player you need in the defense. That is what you need in the defense. You need a senior player in the midfield as well. You need somebody who has experience. Experience matters in winning trophies. You need experience mixed with youth. It gives drive. When the youth are actually falling off, the experience won't come in and it helps. When you find yourself in injury crisis mood, the experience won't come in and help. When the players are not actually doing well on the field, the experience won't come in and help. And that is what Joko said. He said, you're signing players of 20 years and you're saying you're giving them 3 to 4 years, they're going to pick and they're going to do well. What happens during that process? the 21, 22, 23-year-old, before they get to 24-year-old or 25-year-old, their peak. What happens during that process? Are we going to be waiting for them? Are Chelsea going to be struggling for top 4? What happens during that process? So I don't really understand the mentality of these owners. I don't really understand what these owners actually think Chelsea Football Club is. He's not just some franchise in the United States or some club like Brighton or Southampton. No, this is Chelsea, a big club, a club that has fans all over the world. So what is the process? What are you doing? What are the owners? What are the plans of the owners? Also, oh my God, Maresca came out and said he wasn't told that he has to qualify for top 4. Come on, cut me some slack. Are you still in Leicester City? What, did you wait? It seems you didn't really ask what happened to Pochettino. He did qualify for the Champions League. He was booted out. So why are you here? If you were not told, yes, I could understand the fact if you say you were not told to win the league. Quite all right. But you saying you were not told, this is Chelsea we're talking about, not Tottenham, not Brighton. You need to rethink, because I think you know where you are. This is Chelsea Football Club. If you don't do where you booted that, I don't care the amount of contract, the amount of contract you were given, or probably the years on the duration of it. If you are not here to qualify Chelsea for the Champions League or to win trophies, then you are not here for anything else. Then you have to be booted out. I'm not saying he should be sacked right now, no, but take out that mentality of the fact that you were not brought here to win the Champions League. It has to leave your head. It has to leave your mentality. Now to the last part of this video. What happens if Chelsea doesn't qualify for top 4? A lot will happen. First, your revenue reduces. Those amount of money you get in endorsement, those amount of money you get while playing Champions League football, group stage, quarterfinal, thereabouts, knockout stage, you will lose that. You will lose some endorsement. It will be it will be very difficult to attract top players, and you know what that means. For you not playing football, for you not playing Champions League football for 3 consecutive years, it's a disaster for a club like Chelsea. So you have to qualify for Champions League. It is a must. It is mandatory for you to qualify for Champions League. If not, and also let's not forget that your players are hitting their peak. They also want to play Champions League football. So there's a likelihood that you might likely lose your top signings. You can likely lose your top players, because at some point they will get tired of actually playing for you. That doesn't qualify for the Champions League. So the Champions League is the pinnacle of every football player that wants to play professional football. So at every point in Europe, every player wants to play the Champions League. And now, comparing your playing for a big club like Chelsea, it is mandatory for you to play in the Champions League. So when you are not playing in UCL football in 3 or 4 consecutive years, what are you doing here? You're a big player. Big teams will come for you and they will leave. You will lose the likes of Enzo Fernandez. You lose the likes of Moses Caicedo. You lose the likes of Cucurella. You lose the likes of Cole Palmer. Those are your big players. You lose them if you don't qualify for Champions League. Not this season, probably next season, if it still doesn't happen. So this season, it is mandatory to qualify for Champions League. It is the barest minimum. So you have to qualify for Champions League. There's a whole lot that is going to happen if you don't qualify for Champions League. Remember, it was because of that Champions League we won in 2021. That's why we are playing in the Club World Cup right now. So it is important to qualify for the Champions League. Please, what do you think about everything I've spoken about today? What do you think about Chelsea recruitment process? What do you think about João Felix, Renato Vega, Jadon Sancho's current performance? What do you think about our striker search? Because it is very important now to get a very good striker to steer us going forward. I can say, or I would say for a fact, that Jackson should be our number 2 striker, not the number 1 striker. What do you think about all this? What do you think about Chelsea not qualifying for the Champions League if it happens? I am praying it doesn't happen, but what do you think happens? Please share your thoughts in the comments. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for supporting this channel. I am your boy Mike Way. Until we meet again, stay blessed. Cool.